Hi, welcome back to MOAB, Making Music on a Budget. I did have a very nice, tight 5-minute script written out, but that's just not me. So let's switch on the tangent light and get going. In this installment of MOAB, Making Music on a Budget, I'm going to take you through the first song I ever recorded with this method. I'm going to share a lot of learning points, a lot of missteps. So let's just listen to part of the finished song, and then we'll talk about how we got there.
Won't even look at me. Will I hear you cry, baby? Wanna hear you sigh, baby, baby? Will I hear you scream, lady? Only in my dreams will I see you move.
So as you can hear, it's a bit rough around the edges. It lacks a certain focus. It's a bit all over the place, but I still like it because it was the first song I ever recorded after a break of almost, 1.5 to 2 decades. One of the key principles of MOAB is that you should use what you have. In my case, I don't have a studio or a drum set I could record, or a piano, that sounds good. So I just rented a rehearsal studio for just 3 hours, and it's really not that long and it's not that expensive, so you can do it too. And I got myself a little stereo microphone that I just plugged into my iPad, and I just went by ear, which means, and I'm going to make more videos about how to record piano on a budget and how to record and play drums on a budget. By the way, I'm going to share all the equipment I've used, and you will see it's very cheap or it's very old. That's the MOAB way, in the description box, so you can check it out. I would recommend always just putting on a headphone, plugging it in, and just trying to play around with the position of the stereo mic until you like the sound. So I recorded something on the piano, just a basic lead track to a click, and then I recorded the drums with the same kind of approach, placing it in front of the drum set, playing around. So one thing I did find out, and I was really happy about that, is whenever you have all the tracks, in my case, drums, piano, vocals, bass, and guitar in your recording software. In my case, it was an iPad, I think running Garageband or Logic Pro, I can't remember. There are now audio patches that you can just put onto each track. An audio patch is simply just an effects chain that is already pre-selected to give you a certain sound. So you might just select piano, and then they have different options like, mellow piano, or taming a grand piano, or honky-tonk piano, whatever. So you can just slap it onto your audio track, and it will give you a compressor and some kind of effects chain and all kinds of things. So it will automatically sound a lot better, especially for drums, if you just record them with a stereo microphone. I mean, I can play you a before and after right here. This is before. And this is after. It's at that point, if you just record it into Garageband, I think I was using at that time, it will sound very rough. It will sound a bit like this.
As I play, she just won't reciprocate what I wanted to say.
At the beginning, and you may remember this, it's just a very tiny vision, it's very close to yourself, so you can see it. Anybody else can't see it. So if I played the rough mix to anybody of the general public, or even my wife, most people would just say, yeah, I don't get it. So the next thing I think we should try to do using the MOAB method is to, involve other people. One really fundamental discovery I made is that you don't have to be in the same room with musicians anymore to record. As I said, I hadn't done any recording for a very long time. So I was very surprised to find that online there are many, many sites where you can book musicians and you just pay them. They're basically gig musicians. And they're from all over the world. There are thousands of them. So the thing you have to do is really to first, in your head, cast your play, right? A song is almost like a play. That means what instruments, what roles do you have? What instruments, what roles do you have? In my case, guitar and bass for this particular song. So then you would go onto the sites and just listen to many, many, many people. And it's not even always connected to how much they cost. It's really more about the feel. They often have demos on So there's a certain feeling, you listen to it and you say, okay, this I can imagine this guy or this lady playing on my song. And then you contact them, and usually it works in a way where you pay per one song, and then there is a certain number of revisions you can request. What I learned, and what I really recommend you do too, is to have a video call first. You know, you send your piece, then you have a video call, and then you really, even if it's just 10 minutes, talk them through what you're hearing. Not note by note, more in terms of vibe or style or, you know, general feeling. Then they will send you their first take, and you have to brace yourself because it will never sound anything what you imagined. One piece of the MOAB puzzle that really that I made a part of my daily routine when I'm, you know, working with musicians, is to write notes in terms of, you know, regarding your track. This part, you know, these 5 seconds sound great. Let's use this as the basis for this overall kind of feel. Or in that part you're playing too much, let's keep the tasty licks until the end, you know, when people are already familiar with the song. What I also do, and this is my favorite, is either lying in the bathtub or even going to the pool, you know, and just immersing myself in water and just singing a bass line. Because if you cover your ears, you can do it like this. If you cover your ears and you sing a bass line, or you beatbox, you really have a great sound, you know, a great resonance in your head. You can just take out your mobile and just hum it into the mobile, and then you can send it to the person you want to inspire. You know, you're basically prompting the musicians to fulfill your visions. You don't want to tell them what they should play. You rather want to tell them what you are hearing, so that they can basically flesh out what you're envisioning. Let me give you an example. Let's maybe listen to a part of a bass line I hummed into the mobile when I was walking down a Christmas market while we were recording this song. So now let me play you the actual bass line that was played, and you will see it's very similar. The next piece of the puzzle, and here is where we go into some learning points that I had to go through. I tried to find somebody to mix with, you know, like a sound engineer and a mixer on the internet using the same kind of portal. By the way, I'm not giving you the name of the portal because they're not paying me, and I don't want to, you know, promote or endorse any specific website. So I found somebody on the internet. I sent him my stems, you know, stems being the individual tracks. He came back with a nice mix that sounded, it sounded professional, and certainly the individual instruments sounded a lot better. But then I played it to somebody who I really trust, an old friend of mine who is a guitar player, and he said, yeah, it sounds interesting in a way that everybody seems to have a lot of fun, right? Everybody's playing cool licks and cool stuff. But it's a bit like the Muppet Show band, which means that everybody's just having fun, but it doesn't really gel, and there is no coherent overall vision. So I said, and this is another part of MOAB, you know, whenever there's criticism, you need, I need to listen to, you know, can I really see where this person's coming from, and would I actually agree? And in this case, I did think, yeah, that is absolutely right. So for me, one cornerstone of making music on a budget is that you need to be in the same room to mix. If you can do it yourself, great, but then I wonder why you're watching this channel. But if you're like me, I really recommend finding somebody that is close to you, because you will have some sessions with this person, as mixing is really very much like producing. You want to have a certain, you know, you want to go towards a certain vision of a song. So you need to put on the producer hat, and you need to detach yourself from everything you've played as a musician. In my case, that's actually good news, because I like singing, but I don't like my voice. My piano playing is atrocious. This is actually the first song I ever played the piano on. And my drumming, I had a 20-year break, so it's really sloppy. But the good thing is, you know, you can detach yourself and you just listen to what works. The bad news is that if you get these great tracks from the professional musicians, they will give you a lot of interesting stuff. you know, at least in my case, oh, this is a cool lick, this is a cool run, but you just have to cut, you know, with a steely, I don't know, with a steely kind of cold analytical mindset. You need to cut a lot of stuff, put, you know, maybe move things around, and then slowly you will get to a version where you can slowly, you know, where you can see the vision coming out of the mist, and you see, okay, this is where we want to go, and it's going to take some time. So this is something I think you can't avoid. I think I was then, well, coming onto the home stretch of, you know, doing this first song. So I just had to, you know, put on some like final vocals, because I think I would really recommend you doing another vocal pass of the main vocals once you have the skeleton of the song, because you might react to some licks or to some things that somebody else is playing. So there's a quiz question hidden in this song. The quiz question is, what's unusual about the way these drums are played or how it's put together? It's lacking something almost entirely that is part of every single drum, you know, drum track from the 50s to present day. Just give it a listen.
She was born in a van, test tube on her head in a silver tree, looking beautiful to me, came in from the cold, putting everything on hold. Yeah, she came in hot, breaking every heart she got. Won't even look at me, but she has cast a spell. Won't even look at me. Me, but I know her too well. Won't even look at me. Will I hear you cry, baby? Wanna hear you sigh, baby? Will I hear you scream, baby? Only in my dreams. Will I see you move, baby, baby? Get into the groove, little lady. Will I see you smile, baby? Just this one time. When I play the clown, all she flashes is a frown. All the cards I played, she just won't reciprocate. Wonder what it takes before she finally breaks. She is on my mind every moment, all the time. Won't even look at me, but she has cast a spell. Won't even look at me. Won't even look at me, but I know her too well. Won't even look at me. Will I hear you cry, baby? Wanna hear you sigh, baby, baby? Can I hear you scream, baby? Only in my dreams. Will I see you move, baby, baby? Get into the groove, little lady. Will I hear you scream, baby? Only this one time. look at me, but she has cast a spell. Won't even look at me. Won't even look at me, but I know her too well. Won't even look at me. Will I hear you cry, baby? Wanna hear you sigh, baby, baby. Will I hear you scream, lady? Only in my dreams. Will I see you move, baby, baby? Get into the groove, little lady. Will I see you smile, baby? Just this one time. Will I hear you cry, baby? Wanna hear you sigh, baby, baby. Will I hear you scream, lady? Only in my dreams. Will I see you move, baby, baby? Get into the groove, little lady. Will I see you smile, baby? Just this one.
So the answer regarding the quiz question regarding the drum track is there are no crash cymbals. I mean, actually there's one single crash cymbal in the solo part somewhere. Apart from that, there are no crash cymbals at all. There is a ride cymbal and a hi-hat, but I never use crash cymbals because if you record it with just two microphones, you know, with just a stereo mic, you can't cut, because usually we just play but if you play like that, you know, you will have the shh even if you cut, you know, cut out that part and you place it somewhere else, so it will never match up. So that's my story, MOAB song number 1 in the can. I hope to see you again on the channel. Please do share your songs. Please do, you know, tell me about your experiences, and please create music. I really want to inspire you. Actually, if you don't like my music, I don't care. Because if you say, yeah, this is not very good, I could do such a better job, go ahead, share it with me, everybody wins. See you next time on Making Music on a Budget.